Tomorrow marks the 5th day of testimony in the trial of Christopher Schurr, the former Grand Rapids police officer charged with murdering Patrick Lyoya 3 years ago after a traffic stop turned into a struggle. 13 on your side's Julia Gorman joins us now with a look at the testimony today that at times, Julia, was heated.
Yeah, Juliet, it was. And many of the same topics from day 3 were brought up again for day 4. One new one focused on by the defense, however, the exhaustion, they say, of former Officer Schurr and how that may have impacted the actions that followed. Greeted by claps and cheers as he showed up to the courthouse for day 4 of testimony, former Grand Rapids police officer Christopher Schurr stands accused of second-degree murder in the death of Patrick Lyoya, the man he shot and killed after a traffic stop 3 years ago.
I do.
6 witnesses testified, all called by the defense. The first, GRPD Captain David Siver, continued from Wednesday, followed by fellow Captain Chad McCursey and Officer Jason Gady.
Does the officer always have to use the best tactic or make the best decision in that moment to still be deemed reasonable?
No.
Schurr's taser during the struggle, once again a major focus.
Would it be reasonable for that officer to be in fear that the individual may use the device on them?
There would be a reasonable fear of another officer at that time of great bodily harm or death.
Kent County Prosecutor Chris Becker cross-examining Captain McCursey on the same, while looping in the familiar topic of policy.
The taser's taken away, that's deadly force. That justifies deadly force. Where is the policy for that? Where is that?
Again, you're looking for the black and white answer. It's the gray. It's the totality of the circumstances.
Expert witness Lon Bartel later took the stand, testifying to the exhaustion he says Schurr experienced during the struggle.
And is then at a point where he's exhausted and has very little options other than the use of deadly force to stop the ongoing assault.
Last to testify, expert witness Mark William Kroll.
We've looked at the very particular issue of the suspect taking control or attempting to take control of the officer's weapon. And as of 2020, there were 113 such cases. And there were 53 of those cases. The officer then transitioned to the firearm and shot the subject.
There's still never been a police officer killed after being disarmed with a taser.
Well, yes, and that speaks to the effectiveness of the policy.
You keep talking about a policy, you don't know anything about a police policy.
And that there at the end, just a glimpse of that heated exchange at times. Now, we don't know exactly how many more witnesses the defense may call. They did not rest their case today, and that final witness that you saw there at the end will be picked back up tomorrow morning. Juliet.
Thank you, Julia.